Good morning Year 3 and welcome to this week's Rapid Reasoning. This is the video for Rapid Reasoning of the week of the 18th of January. The problem is available as a PowerPoint on the Home Learning webpage, and this video is just for support if you're finding it particularly tricky or you don't know how to answer it. So let's have a look at it together. Throughout the video I will ask you to pause the video and have a go yourself, and then I will continue to explain it. So if you just watch it all the way through, I will be giving you the answer. So just a word of warning, you will need to pause it. The problem says, this is what food costs at Franco's Cafe. 1 curry and 1 tea cost £4, 2 curries and 2 puddings cost £9, and 1 pudding and 2 teas costs £2. So you haven't actually been told the individual cost, you've just been told how much they cost as bundles. What you need to do is work out how much it would cost you for 1 curry, 1 pudding and 1 tea, and also how much each item would cost on its own. So let's have a look. I know that 1 curry and 1 tea, just using abbreviations instead of writing the word curry and tea, costs £4. Now the simplest way, in my opinion, in my head, the first thing I thought of making £4 would be to do £2 for 1 curry plus £2 for 1 tea, because that gives me £4 in total. Now I want you to have a look at the problem carefully and tell me why that wouldn't work, why that can't be the right answer. So hopefully you spotted that down here we've got 1 pudding and 2 teas costing £2. So 1 tea can't cost £2 if 2 teas and a pudding cost £2. So that can't be right. The next thing I could try was make this a little bit more expensive. Now have a think about why making the tea a little bit more expensive wouldn't work. There's no point making the tea more expensive because I know that the problem here was that my tea cost too much already, so there's no point trying a £1 and £3 combination. But I can try £3 for the curry plus £1 for my tea, because that still gives me a total of £4. But look, can you spot why that doesn't work either? So again, if we look at our 1 pudding and 2 tea cost, 2 teas and a pudding is £2. But using this method, my 2 teas alone would cost £2. So again, can't work. Now I know that there's no point making my curry £4. Hopefully you can work out that too, because then that would mean my tea was free, which would be nice, but isn't probably the case. So I have to go into the world of pence. It can't just be a full pound. I'm going to try what it would be if my curry cost me £3.50. Now if that was the case, can you please tell me how much my tea would cost? So hopefully you worked out that the tea cost 50p. Now together that is £4, because if you add 2 50p's together you get £1, and then add a further £3 is £4. Now I want you to pause the video and see if that works for your 1 pudding and 2 teas. So we found that 1 curry and 2 teas was £3.50 for the curry and 50p for the tea. And I asked you to pause the video and see if that worked for 1 pudding and 2 teas. So let's have a go. We've got 1 pudding plus 2 teas. Well, if I know that 1 tea earlier cost 50p, hopefully you worked out that 2 teas cost £1. Now the total of both objects together is £2, so I need another £1 from my pudding. So it works, doesn't it? If I've got 2 teas at 50p each, that makes £1, add a further £1 for my pudding, and that gives me my £2 total. Now you've worked out how much a pudding might cost and how much a curry might cost. Can you put it all together to see if our middle bundle would be correct too? Pause the video and have a go. So hopefully you knew that 1 curry earlier was £3.50, so 2 curries plus 2 teas. Well, our 2 curries, £3.50, add £3.50 is £7. And earlier we found that, sorry, it's not 2 teas, it's 2 pudding. I'm getting mad. I looked at that, thought that can't be right, and it's not. So 2 curries, sorry, and 2 puddings, the middle one. So we found that £3.50 was 1 curry, so 2 curries would be £7. We found that a pudding was potentially £1, so 2 puddings would be £2. And look, we get a total of £9, which is the total we're after. So we know that each of these bundles now works out as correct. Think about everything you've worked out, all the bundles you've worked out, and see if you can remind yourself of what they cost individually and what it would cost for one curry, one pudding and one tea. So we have found out all the parts. Just see if you can now spot them and put it together. Pause the video and have a go. So hopefully you pause the video and here is the answer. Remember, we found that one curry was £3.50 from our first scenario. We found that one tea was 50p from when we had to do it as a process of elimination here, working out they were wrong. And we found that one pudding was £1. We found that out here. So we know in total it was £5. So well done if you got that right. Now the extension, I'm not going to go through the answer because there's many different answers, but I will just read it to you. Again, it's on the PowerPoint. It says, how many different combinations can you find for the cost of a curry and a tea if the total is £4? So you could have a tea being £2 and a curry being £2, which gives you £4, but there's many different ways. So have a play around and see what you can find.